So I'm an occupational therapist and I work in mental health services with older adults. Um, so, and my husband Stephen works for the Charities Aid Foundation as a systems analyst. Um, so through the lockdown, we obviously with homeschooling had to work out how we were going to manage with homeschooling and with working from home. And also there was an expectation with my work that I would have to be in the office some of the time as well. So it was trying to manage all of those things and juggle between them all really. Yeah, I think I found that the thought of it was really overwhelming, and I think both the sort of lengthy lockdowns, the thought of it was really hard and really stressful. And some days were like that in reality as well. But there were some days or parts of days that weren't so stressful. So yeah, it's, I guess it was just a mixture really of kind of sort of good days and some days feeling that I was putting a lot of pressure on myself and that Stephen probably was doing the same and on the boys, and other days being a bit more relaxed about it all because we had to be really. My parents were both they're both Christians and they were praying for us. I spoke to my mum just before the second lockdown when I knew the boys were going to be working doing their learning from home. And I rung her and I started crying because I was just feeling so stressed knowing what we'd had to sort of do before and how we were going to manage again really. So they've been praying and a lot of our friends and family have been as well. But yeah, definitely I felt that I had to lean into God more and just to give us the strength to manage everything. And I believe that our prayers were answered and that God did help us to get through things and to have the hope that things would get better and to see parts of days where we could do some things all of us together as a family and have a bit of fun together, so it wasn't all sort of doom and gloom and us telling them off all the time or being strict with them all the time about learning, and trying to make the learning fun. But we always went to the park at the end of the day, particularly in the first lockdown, and played football or basketball and just messed around really. So we always made sure that we did some things that were a bit light-hearted and fun all together as a family at the end of the day. So I think that really helped. I think that I'm generally quite a patient person anyway. With the kind of work that I do, it can be quite stressful and taxing, a lot of sort of emotional demands. And I think that obviously the lockdown was sort of test on our patience, and I guess also because having demands of work and the children all of the time as well, that they were missing their friends and they wanted to play, and so I guess at the end of the day quite often they were wanting me to go outside and play with them, and at that point I wasn't sometimes feeling particularly patient with them, but I usually tried to summon up a bit of energy and just put myself in their position, thinking they haven't got anyone to play with, they must be really desperate if they want me to go and play football with them. I would say we have got closer during that time. In some respects I think it was also quite a special time in some respects, being able to spend so much time with them, which we probably won't ever get back again now that they're a bit older. So I think that being able to sort of know what they're learning and the things that come fairly naturally to them and the things that are a bit more of a struggle, it's been a bit of an eye-opener, and actually it's been really helpful, and I think it helps now with when you have to do a bit of homework with them and that kind of thing, and just knowing ways to encourage them, I guess, as well, to just help bring out the best in them. I think that I guess that's also a test of patience, because sometimes the things that help them take a bit more time and a bit more thought, and you don't always have either of those at your disposal, but sometimes you have to just have to sort of dig a bit deep and perhaps say a few quick prayers in your head and just hope that you can just sort of get through it really.